Welcome in. It's the PAWSitively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City. I'm Jay Capron. I hope you're doing well. It's time to get up, get moving. I'm going to restart that.
It's a redo.
Yeah.
Well, you were doing fine.
I know. I just thought about something, though. In 3, 2. Welcome in. It's the PAWSitively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC. I'm Jay Capron. Ron Solzard here with Petland of Iowa City and 3 little baby chihuahuas that are absolutely adorable. You got to come check them out if they're still there, which I almost doubt with the show being taped on Thursdays and airing on Sundays. If you're listening in on Sunday, you'll be lucky if there's one of these because all 3 of them absolutely adorable. And we were talking, and we'll talk more about the chihuahuas here in a little bit, but the personalities, it's amazing how, you could tell they're so young. They're only 10 weeks old, but you could tell already a little bit of spunk in one of them. And the one, there's 3 of them, and the black and white one opened the gate up. About 2 seconds later, came marching out. Whoop. And the other 2 really took a long time to come out, but that's the courageous one, apparently.
Yeah. The discoverer. I want to see what's going on out there. And you definitely can see that in all the different dogs and puppies and that are out there at a very young age. You could see, where is this one going, kind of a thing.
And, I think that kind of leads into something that we've talked about in the past as well. And it's a good reminder is that just because they're acting a certain way as puppies or in the store doesn't mean that's the type of dog they are, right? Mm-hmm. The dog might have been playing all day long and it's tired because it's been running around like crazy. You show up at the store, he's sleeping in your arms, and you're oh, this is the most sleepy dog ever, right? And then you bring it home and it's got all kinds of personality.
Right. I always love to ask and bring out the kennel technicians, the ladies and gentlemen that take care of all these puppies at Petland in Iowa City, and because they work with them all day long and handle them and are doing all sorts of things, so they understand or see that personality pop out. And so I'm always asking, Miranda, what is this one like? Tell me anything funny, anything, what's unique about it. They'll chat about, every single one of them. And so then that's a really good information to share with the customer.
No doubt. So we're going to talk about, of course, animals, because it's the PAWSitively Petland Show. We have a few different ways to steer the show. We have our amazing pet story of the week. That's coming up here. We're also going to have a little bit about these puppies so we can learn a little bit more about the chihuahuas, just the ones we have here in studio. But that's not the breed of the week. The breed of the week is actually the Pekingese. So we're going to talk about the Pekingese. And from what I understand, Ron has some interesting things to read about the Pekingese that are going to be from this great book that he has. So we're going to learn about that. What else are we going to talk about, Ron?
So the Pekingese is, we just want to answer the question for you. Is this the right breed for you, or actually help you answer that question? Then we're going to go into a report from the Veterinarians. It's a health report for 2016. And we're just going to cover the top 4 reasons why people bring dogs and cats into the veterinarian, and then say, okay, well, what can we do to prevent these issues so that you don't have to make that trip there? So we're going to talk about dental, overweight issues, ear issues, and then skin issues. And then finally, the food of the week is Go and Now. We recently reviewed that on the show here, and it is flying off the shelf. So I said, it's a good thing to let's talk about it again, just because it seems like a lot of people are interested in this Canadian brand that has come into America, and it just has some unique qualities to it that people are digging.
Very cool. I look forward to it. All right, well, big voice guy, come on in. He's got a birthday hat on. What's going on? Oh, he just handed me a cake. Oh, thank you, big voice guy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
But he was in his birthday suit.
Yes, you could put some. I didn't realize that's what the cake was covering up. But, oh, yeah.
I don't know if I can eat that one.
No, I'm not eating that piece. Anyway, thank you, big voice guy. I appreciate it. This story comes from North Wales, and a dog, Leah, who looks like might be a Brittany Spaniel. I don't know, it's just a guess, but just the color and
I'll go there with you.
They don't say what kind of dog it is, but the dog started barking while this individual was down on the other side of the beach bass fishing, and the dog kept barking and barking and showing, and there was something up. So the man ended up going down a little bit further down, and if it weren't for the dog barking, he wouldn't have seen a baby porpoise that had been stranded on the rocks, and they were able to get the porpoise back in the water. He swam away, saving the porpoise's life. So Leah, the hero, saved the porpoise. A dog saving another animal. Usually it's saving human beings, but in this case, they knew something was up. They saw the porpoise. Hey, what's going on with that porpoise? He's stuck. He can't breathe. They helped him out. So there you go. The amazing pet story of the week. Thanks, big voice guy. When we come back, we're going to learn about the Pekingese. Ron will tell us a little bit more about these Chihuahuas since we have them in studio. And they're chewing on my cord. Hey, let go. Let go. Let go.
Yeah, apparently they don't speak J.
Not many do. All right. We'll be right back. Talk about those stories and more on KXIC. It's the Positively Petland Show. Be right back. All right. 3, 2.
You got to do the commercial.
Oh, yeah. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. In 3, 2. 800 KXIC Morning Host Jay Capron with Ron Solzer from Petland of Iowa City. What are we going to talk about this week, Ron?
The Pekingese and the wonderful history this dog has. You're going to want this dog after you hear this history. Then we're going to go into the top 4 reasons why dogs and cats end up in the veterinarian's office, how to prevent this from happening. And it's easy stuff, so listen in on that. And then we're going to review the dog and cat food called Go and Now. What are those crazy Canadians coming up with now? Funny names for food.
Those crazy Canadians. That and more coming up. It's the Positively Petland Show, Sunday mornings at 9 on KXIC. Welcome back. It's the Positively Petland Show, AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City. Ron Salzard here with Petland of Iowa City. I'm Jay Capron, and it's the Positively Petland Show. Before we get to the Pekingese, which is the breed of the week, we've got 3 Chihuahuas. I know they're not the breed of the week, but since you have 3 of them here, and they are adorable, and it is a dog that my wife would like to have, either that or a Yorkie. She wants a smaller dog. Tell us a little bit about the dog, just so people know kind of a little bit about them.
Just is the Chihuahua the right breed for you? Are you looking for a lower maintenance, smaller dog? And for those people that go, well, I don't want to trip over the dog. Trust me, I am a convert on that one, and you don't trip over the dogs. You know, you're going to step on them just like you would your big dog every once in the great while. But you're going to pay more attention. And what I love little dogs for is that low maintenance. Smaller dog, smaller poop, smaller food. When you go to the veterinarian, it's cheaper. It's funny that would be the case, but I just didn't get it until I did it. And so it's a really easy dog in a lot of different ways. Here, low maintenance because you don't have to groom the dog. It's a shedding dog. But you know what? A Chihuahua is actually a hypoallergenic dog. It is so small that the allergen aspect of the dog is pretty non-existent, in that it's just the surface area is so small. Easy to bathe. So if you do have allergies, you just throw them in the sink a little bit. You know, you can do that every couple of days if you needed to, and it's easy. You towel dry and release, you know, kind of a thing. So a very fun, easy dog. Those of you who are out there, but it's a small, bitey, nippy, yippy dog. Those are all trainable things. Those are people that didn't take care of those issues or actually liked those. You know, they liked it when the dog was, you know, doing its little yippy. There are people out there that do that, actually. I am not one of them. I have small dogs. They are not nippy and they are not yippy because we've trained them to not be that. And so Chihuahuas are a wonderful breed to consider. And I think they are actually, AKC is one of their top breeds out there. So
they are very, very cute. And I thought we should just get a little bit on since they are here in studio and they are really, really adorable. So tell us about the Pekingese.
So the Pekingese, I have a story to read. AKC does a really nice job of putting stories together of, you know, where do they originate from and all that. And as I was going through the Pekingese, I already knew that it has a really deep history. as far as way back, as far as lineage goes. But listen to this, and I apologize. I hope Whoops. Jay, what are you doing over there?
Wasn't me.
So, little Chihuahua got into trouble just now. So, the history of the Pekingese. Chinese lore has it that Pekingese was the lovely outcome of a romance between a lion and a tiny marmoset monkey. Fanciful tales aside, small, short-muzzled dogs appear in Chinese art as far back as 200 BC. And DNA studies have confirmed their antiquity for at least 2,000 years. That's just crazy. This breed goes back that far.
Yeah, I know.
By the early 18th century, these little dogs, also known as lion dogs, were so prized among the Chinese aristocracy that it was a crime punishable by death to allow outsiders to obtain one. That's just, wow. They remained a secret of the East until September 1860. There's a good question. What happened in 1860?
I like that.
Do you know?
Trivia.
Do you know? In
1860? Yeah, the Civil War.
Who's
It's 1861 in the United States, I guess.
Yeah, so remained secret of the East until September 1860, when British troops stormed the Forbidden City.
Ooh, I definitely don't know the European history of what was
in the
happening
abandoned summer palace. British soldiers found the body of an elderly aunt of the emperor, surrounded by her 5 little dogs. There's some sadness in there. I get it, too. The soldiers brought them back to England. One, appropriately named Lottie, was given to Queen Victoria. And a breeds favored by women sitting on British thrones are known to do, as they are known to do. Pekingese soon became all the rage among not only British aristocracy, but also America's rich and famous. So that goes into the history, and that was just like rich, man. That was really a lot of stuff. What I think is funny is living with the Pekingese. This writer is really good. The ideal Pekingese owner is an emperor or an empress. What? But since those are in short supply nowadays, ordinary people will do, especially those ordinary people will do, especially those who thrive on huge amounts of love and attention. Peaks are affectionate, loving, and intelligent. They have a talent for making their owners feel like royalty. They develop strong connections to their people, sometimes to just one person. They typically regard their owners as if the sun rises and sets on their loving faces. Isn't that was just wonderful. Makes me want to get a Pekingese.
That was very nicely written.
And so a Pekingese, is this the right breed for you? It is a longer haired dog. It is a low shedding dog. So what does that mean? The hair gets longer on this guy, and you're going to probably want to go to a groomer and get it groomed to either cut down on any loose fur that might occur in the house and all that kind of stuff. But I think you're going to also, just for maintainability, you're going to want to have that hair a little shorter. But if you're all about big, fluffy, and fun, then you're going to want to have this dog let that fur grow. Some regular brushing and all that kind of stuff will definitely keep the loose hairs under control and all that kind of thing. So it's a higher maintenance dog in that regard. But we just heard that lovely story about how Pekingese are just the man's and woman's best friend. I heard more about ladies in that story than anybody. So a very loving dog. You heard intelligence. What it's going to talk about, the trainability of the dog is going to be fairly easy. You're going to train it, it's going to do it, kind of a thing. So potty training, barking training, the anti-barking training, what's my other kind of training? Oh, barking, biting, and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be fairly easy for the Pekingese. And so wonderful story, wonderful breed. We have 3 Pekingese, 2 beautiful cream Pekingese, and then 1 black with white front paws. Really, really cute in the store right now. So you want to check them out, see if this is the right breed for you.
Good deal. Check it out. The Pekingese. I love it. Good stuff there. And you know what? I never thought about doing this, but if people enjoy hearing these stories, maybe someone wants to actually check out that book. Tell us what that book is.
Oh, here, just the name of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys have been listening to us and saying, would you just tell us the name so I can get it? It's by the AKC. It's called The New Complete Dog Book. This is the 21st edition that I am reading right now. So that is, if you wanted to get it, I did get it from the AKC. They actually handed it to me.
Yeah, it's a big, thick hardcover book, and it's got a lot of great
How many pages? You guessed it, like right on the nose.
Oh, did
time.
I really?
Yeah. Over
1,000, but
over 900.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, you said that looks like over 900 pages.
Did I?
910.
I don't even remember that, but oh well. I guess I nailed it on that one. Do I get a prize?
It's a birthday cake.
I get a birthday cake.
You have food all over this place.
I know, right? I have a birthday cake.
Birthday.
It doesn't even look like anyone touched it. Does anyone want some of that cake?
It's for you to take home to Jack.
Oh, Jack's gonna get.
Yeah, he needs a dozen cupcakes. Like I need a hole in the head. That's a lot. How am I gonna? We have a small family. You want some of that?
I'm Ron Salzard. I love food.
Yeah, Ron's not gonna say no to that. All right. So anyway, we move on. What's the next topic of discussion here today? Oh, this is interesting. The top 3 veterinary visits. Why are dogs going to the vet?
Top 4.
Top 4.
And this is from, so if you're looking where you might get my info from, State of Pet Health 2016 report by the Banfield Pet Hospital, which is a national veterinarian hospital. What they do is they grab that information as you come in and, put some statistics together. And I thought it was very interesting from just an owner's perspective. What are the most common reasons why people are bringing their dog or cat in? And then going, well, now what can I do to prevent that from happening? So dental tartar is number 1. Overweight, number 2. Otis externa, also known as ear infections, number 3. And then the fourth one that we can have impact on, dermatitis, called skin infection, also known as skin infection. So we're going to just cover those fairly briefly one by one here to just go, what can I do to prevent that? Okay, so dental tartar. Why is that important? To control, not only is it bad breath, not only is it tooth decay, but poor dental hygiene is the same thing as that can happen to us, can happen to our dog. You're talking heart failure, you're talking all sorts of issues throughout your entire body due to issues in the teeth, with your teeth. So keeping them clean, keeping them healthy is critically important. You will see your veterinarian every time you bring your dog in. We'll check those teeth because that's how critical it is for the health of your dog. So how can we help our dogs and cats with dental care? Number 1, hard kibble is critical for dental care. It is hard, so they have to crunch it. That means those teeth are going to stay solid in those gums when they have something to really chew on and everything. Kibble also is a mild way of keeping the teeth clean. So a hard kibble is going to scrape around in there a little bit and keep the tartar off. I have one dog that it does exactly that, our little dachshund, but our Multi-Poo is a plaque producer. She just produces plaque with anything she does. You chews everything that we give her. She just cannot keep it off her teeth. She also, by the way, they both actually have poor, bad breath. They have dog breath. And so we can help them in all those different ways. So hard kibble is your number 1. A toothpaste and toothbrush is your number 2. That is, when you think of toothpaste for a dog, it's not going to have fluoride in it because they're going to swallow this stuff. But it is a treat, so you're going to put it on the toothbrush. The first time you're going to use the toothbrush, you're going to touch their teeth and just let them lick that thing off. Just slowly go into that. Get a toothbrush that has bristles on both sides and in the front so that when you go down that row of teeth, you're brushing both sides, top, bottom, sides, everything all in one brush. That way you're in and out as quickly as possible. Using a little bit of toothpaste is going to be, that toothpaste, by the way, is a mild abrasive for us as well for our dogs. And so it just helps knock down that tartar that just accumulates on there. Once it gets calcified, though, just like us, you can't get it off unless you have this unique product that we're going to talk about. They don't have this product for us. We got to go to the dentist and they got to, work at our teeth and get those plaque deposits off. You can do the same thing for a dog. Veterinarian's going to do that, but they have to put them under and all that kind of stuff to get in there to do the work. And so some people are just a little hesitant on doing that kind of a thing. An alternative you can use is, and I have different versions. Tropiclean has one. Pets Life has one. So we have a couple of different versions of the same thing, and these things have been out for years. We have been recommending them for years, and is one of those products you would have never picked off the shelf if somebody didn't talk with you about it. And that's why I love my store, Petland of Iowa City, so much. I was training some new employees yesterday, and I said, these products, not every product is sexy, but there are some just golden gems out there that if somebody talks with you about it, you're going to go, I got to have that thing. This is one of those. So Tropiclean's called Fresh Breath, and it's called Clean Teeth Gel. They even on the side of the container show a tartar, the before picture, tartar plaqued up tooth, and then they showed it after, and it was all nice and clean and all that kind of stuff. That's what you get when you use this gel for a 30-day period, and all you got to do is squirt it in their mouth. I just let my dogs eat, let them drink, I let them go out, do their business, and when they come back in, I do a little squirt within their both their jowls on the sides. I go squirt, squirt. They don't seem to mind it too much. I am holding them while I'm doing this, but it's not bitter tasting. It seems to be kind of attractive to them, so they are kind of just licking it and trying to figure out what you're doing. Do that once a day for 30 days, and it will clean the teeth. Immediately when you put it in there, the bad breath, goes away. It's that incredible of a product. And while you maintain it in there, the breath stays away. And then if everything is cleaned up in there, you got fresh breath for quite a while. So I have, with my plaque producing dog, I got to do this about every other month. I just start it up, do it, and then stop it. If I don't, she'll be into the veterinarian for a teeth cleaning in about 6 months. So this prevents that from happening. Real easy thing to do, and we love the breath. On our other dog who has bad breath, I do it every once in a while just to knock down that breath thing. It must go in there and hit the bacteria and stuff that causes bad breath and eliminates that so that it keeps it under control. So Fresh Breath, it's by Tropiclean, and there's a lot of different products in that brand. This one is called Clean Teeth Gel. And check that out. We have a ton of it in our store. And then what I also do on the teeth side of things is I have, this is also by Tropiclean Fresh Breath. You know how they have those water additives to their water bowl, and you just kind of squirt a little bit in there?
Yep.
This is a concentrated version of it that I really like because it's less cabinet space, and it's just easier. I can grab it, squirt it, and I'm done. Again, Tropiclean Fresh Breath. This one's called Drops for Pets, and you can get it. They have a dog version and a cat version. Actually, this is a new label I'm looking at right now. They've removed the picture of the cat and the dog so that you don't get confused. This will work for both cats and dogs. So you only have to maintain one.
So there's only one version.
Yeah. It was funny. You notice little things. So I use that as a water additive. The other ones are just as good. This one's just concentrated, and it's just a little simpler to use, I thought. So Tropiclean Fresh Breath, Drops for Pets. So moving on to the next one, overweight. This is such an easy thing to solve, but mentally we have so much difficulty grasping on to how to control the weight of our dogs.
Were these American veterinarians, by the way? I'm just
this is definitely American.
Okay.
All right. So overweight. You can go out and you can buy the weight control type foods and all that kind of stuff. But realize I picked up a bag yesterday. 33% less calories. Well, wait, I always wanted the more concentrated versions of everything. Now I'm buying something that's 33% less, and I'm paying the same amount of money for it. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to do that, because how do we, here, put everything aside, how do we actually reduce weight? We reduce our own weight by two things. One is eat less, or eat things that have less calories, and that's where that weight control product, okay, I get it. The second thing is exercise. So Do those two things. The eating less is what we have problems with, and we then also put that onto our pets. I can't feed less, or how do I do that? Here is how you do it. This is this simple, and everybody that does this comes back and says, Ron, it worked. This you're gonna go, that's stupid, Ron. It's so simple. Take a cup, like the cup that you feed your cat or dog or whatever. Do that normal amount of food that you put in there. I want you to fill the cup up to the normal level. I want you to go get a marker. I want you to put a marker around the entire cup, right where that level of kibble is on that cup right now. So you do that. You go around. Now, you can pour it out now. Now I want you to, every time you fill that cup up, I want you to go just under that. Just under the line. So are you really feeding less to your dog? Yes, but just a little less. Your dog is not going to look at you and say, I knew what you just did. They're going to just say, oh, I ate something. Now, in a week or two, I want you to draw the line. You could even draw it just one line, thickness of the marker lower, and just keep on doing that. You can go a little faster, but this should be a 9-month process for those extreme obese dogs. Mm-hmm. For my dog, literally, when we have our dogs taken care of by another family, we do tell them, this is how much we feed and all that kind of stuff. There is a line on the thing, but we go, you know what, do what you want to do. This is their vacation. We're going to go on our vacation. And we come back, undoubtedly, every single time, both dogs are overweight. Within a week, you can see it. They've bulked up. All we do is go back to the line that we found was a healthy weight for our dog. Guess what? That line changes from winter to summer because they're less active in the winter because we tend to be less active, and they are more active in the summer. They're out in the yard running around a lot more. So we do adjust that line from season to season and all that kind of stuff. But if your dog is just slightly overweight, it's going to take a shorter, it could take weeks to months in that case to get them down to their fighting weight kind of a thing. That's how easy it is to deal with overweight. Just slowly make the progress. Don't go cold turkey. Don't go anything extreme. Just do it gradually. That's how you control overweight. I talk with people every day about that. And I will say that, it's a small fraction that comes back and says, I did it and it worked. The rest of them just didn't do it. And so do it, and you're going to find that really good result because your dog is going to live longer, live healthier, be more active. You might not want that. So you might be bulking your dog up for different reasons, but be more active, happier, all that kind of stuff. So that's how you deal with overweight. Ear infections. This is so easy. All you got to do is get the liquid. We have a lot of different ear washes. I'm holding one by Nature Vet called Allure 911 ear wash allergy aid. So this one is kind of an extreme ear wash because this is going to clean the ear, but it's also going to lay down some product on there to help allergen issues, itching issues, and all that kind of stuff. This stuff rocks as far as an ear wash goes. Again, it's called Nature Vet Allure 911 ear wash, and then that's a long title, I know, and then it goes into allergy aid. This thing, when people use it, go, holy cow, it must have cleaned the ear. And we're talking about getting into that inner ear. You might look in the ear and go, I don't see anything. A little further in, it's just like us. You can't quite see all the way in there. This stuff gets in there, cleans it out and all that. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to do this outside if it's summer, and go in the bathroom if it's winter, because your dog's going to shake its head and it's going to start coming out kind of a thing. So you're going to turn the head sideways so the ear is sticking straight up. You're going to make it so you can see into the ear a little bit. You're going to fill the ear up with this liquid. Hold on to that head. They might get a little upset with you right now because you just filled their ear with water. Now I want you to fold the ear back down. I want you to go and just gently massage that ear canal. You can't, with a dog, I don't know the genetics and how they are formed and all that kind of stuff, but it seems like most of it is on the outside of the skull. Ours seem to go into the skull a little more. So you can actually get quite a bit of that eardrum or ear canal and just gently massage it, because that liquid is in there right now. And you're going to just gently massage it. You're breaking up the stuff that's in the ear. And then get ready to stand back and release. They're going to flap their head back and forth. They're going to get it out. If you have a dog that you know has issues, do it again. And then do the other ear. If you know your dog has issues, then repeat this, follow the directions. But gosh, if there's issues, I'm going to repeat this maybe even daily for the first 3 or 4 days. Really do a good job of it. But then generally with all these ear washes, you can back off to once a week if your dog has issues. If it doesn't have issues, once a month. That's what I do with my dogs. They don't tend to have ear issues. Then just once a month, you do it and everything is fine. I had somebody earlier this morning say, "Oh, my dogs actually clean each other's ears." I go, "Okay, that sounds good. But I'm going to guess that there is something going on in that inner ear that the dog is smelling and is trying to get at. And that's what they're going after. So while you think they're cleaning it and they might have cleaned the outer part of the ear, there's something going on inside and you need to get that figured out. And all these products do really well.
My sister's dog gave her other dog, kept giving her repeated infections by
licking.
By licking.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
that was a problem they had to fix because that kept every time they'd get it fixed, the dog would keep it, and it was just an over licker. It just kept going after the ear. It just wouldn't leave it alone.
Right. And I know there's the folklore of dogs' mouths are the cleanest things in the world. They are not. My child during her, this is a great. For a child, a science fair project, measure the bacteria levels in a dog's mouth, and a cat's mouth, and a human's mouth, and you are going to find out that the dog has one of the most bacteria levels in their mouth. We actually incubated bacteria. We had a local lab help us out.
Nice.
And the conclusion was, there is plenty of bacteria in that mouth. And if that's licking the ear, that bacteria then is getting in there, just like what you're saying. Another ear wash that Nature Vet has, if you just have a mild issue, get their baby powder scented ear wash. Plus it has tea tree oil in it, which is a mild, it is a mild, not an antiseptic. It kills bugs mildly, so it'll take care of a minor mite issue. If you know your dog has mites, or you suspect strongly that it does, just go ahead and buy a mite product, ear mite product. Same thing. It's going to do all the ear washing, but it has a little bit of a medicine in there to kill off the mites as well. So that's the ear. Getting into the final one, skin infections. This is something that a good quality dog or cat food is going to go a long ways, because it's going to have the omega-3s and fatty acids in it. Then the second thing is to supplement those. I supplement those. I do a very high quality food. I know the levels are high, but I just like to try things. I found if I elevated the omega-3s and fatty acids higher, their skin and coat got even glossier, smooth, and less shedding. So I'm all about it. Let's do this and let's get them at their best. Again, though, Nature Vet has a product. Let's say you have a local issue that you're trying to do. Make sure you do that stain and odor remover. Where did I get that from? Holy cow. Make sure you do those omega-3s and fatty acids. Obviously, I talk about these things a lot in the store. But Hotspot, Nature Vet has Allure 911. It's in that series of products for them. Hotspot Allergy Aid Foam. I have never had to use this product, but I have had others that have serious hotspot issues. They've used this product and said it is unbelievably the best product they've ever had for hotspot. So
with an enzyme, right?
Yeah, my brain, man, really skipped a track on that one. And so that's skin and coat.
I'm not going to rush you through the end of it. I got to roll, but you know how to stop it. So if you just want to finish, you had one more, right, after ear, isn't there?
Well, no, that I just did skin, and now I'm going to do dog food, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So it's file.
Well, I have it. Stop, export, and then name the file.
Okay.
I don't want to rush you through go, but I just have to go.
And how many minutes?
You can go all the way till 10.
Oh, really? I got that much time. Oh, I thought I was running out.
I know. I felt like I was rushing, and we started later, but I have to go. So all you have to do is hit the stop button, which is up here.
Yeah.
And then export and name it. And last time I was able to figure out, you said Jay is awesome or something like that.
Yeah.
So, any way you do it, I'll figure it out. But just make sure to export it so it saves, and then I'll just edit it and we'll be good.
Okay.
But that way you don't have to be like, all right, but I do have to go. So.
All right. That sounds very good.
Cool. Well, have a good one.
I will. I'll see you next week. Yeah. See you next week.
Try and get this cake out of here.
Jay has to eat it all tonight.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even like it.
Oh, wow. I love it.
All right.
All right. Have a good day. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is on the skin side of things. So good quality food is going to be your number one thing. That gets the omega-3s, fatty acids. And when I say good quality food, realize that when you go to the marts and the grocery stores, they're selling based on price. You know, they know that you're shopping. You know, hey, why can't we feed this one? It's a little less expensive. Aren't these all the same? Well, in that store, yes, they are kind of all the same in that there's not much good food value in there. I'm not saying you're going to kill your dog by feeding them or anything like that, but you're going to pick up more poop. You're not going to get any of the supplements that we know that help these dogs and cats that help us as well. So when you go to a premium food, and so Petland of Iowa City has a really wide selection of really good quality foods, and we would love to talk with you about matching that right food for your pet. What are you looking for, and what's best for your pet in your situation? They're gonna have these supplements in them, and your dog or cat is going to benefit from them, and you're going to pick up less poop. It sounds funny, but you're going to feed half as much because it's higher quality nutrients. You're going to spend more, but you're going to feed less, and it ends up being a wash, and that you're not going to spend more money on the food, but you will get all the benefits, especially the whole I don't have to pick up as much poop kind of a thing. So that's your first number one way of getting things going in the right direction. So if your dog has allergies, get them on a good quality food. Just keep them on it for the rest of the for the whole year, and they will just get better and better and better. But then these products, I love squirting a little bit of fish oil over my dogs and cats' food. They act as if it's like chocolate sauce or something. They go crazy over the food even more. You want to go another one, and we've talked about it in the on the past shows, is freeze-dried food, dog food. I crumble a little bit of that on there too. If you haven't get it, there's a little smorgasbord going on for my dogs and cats. But they go crazy when I do it, and they're getting all these benefits as a result. So a lot of cool things you can do with your dog to help them out. So we covered dental care. Make sure you take care of that because that can cause a lot of different issues throughout the dog. Overweight, it is so much that easy. Just try going lower, a little bit lower on that cup. After you draw that line, you're going to have to redraw the line after a while because it's going to be at a lower level, and your dog is going to feel better. You're going to feel good about it as well. Then we went into ear infections. That's just tip them over, put these. We got wonderful ear cleaning products. Try them. They work really, really well, and it's fairly easy. And then we finally went in through the skin infections, just making sure that that skin is really healthy, and that solves most of your problems. But I do have a hotspot product that you can locally apply, and it does a wonderful job. I get great reviews off of a lot of these things that we talked about today were nature vet type products. And this one was called Hotspot Allergy Aid Foam. So that is that. I wanted to also, though, cover our food of the week. Is this the right food for your dog or cat? And the Canadians have come up with a product. One of them, the name of the food is called Now, which is referring to the freshness of the product. The other one is called Go, and that's referring to the active nature of your dog. So their brief little summary says, now. So now, it's what we're talking about is Now, and NOW is the name of the food. We pack Now fresh, full of nutritious ingredients like market fresh meat or fish, because there's different flavors of it and all that. And then they go, and the fresh omega-3 and 6 oils from coconuts and canola. And it's also a grain-free product. So if you're looking for that, this is also in that line. So here we're talking about how to make your dog's and cat's coat healthier and all that kind of stuff. They're boasting about it in just the first sentence of talking about this food. omega-3s and fatty acids, omega-3s and 6 oils. They're even telling you where they're getting them from, trying to show you that, hey, we get them from really good quality source and everything. So that is now. It's all about freshness on the that dog food, and we've been selling a lot of it. People, read the bag. We talk with them about it, and they jump in and say, "I got to try this stuff. This looks really good." The other one is called Go, which is referring to those dogs that need more nutrients, kind of a thing. So Go, yeah, their description of it is high protein, low carb recipes. So that's, I think, if you're into eating healthy and you're maybe more on that workout kind of a thing, you're going to identify that. You're going to go, hey, that's kind of like what I'm doing too. Recipes formulated for dogs with food sensitivities. So they've taken probably I know a lot of other foods, they take the top 5 allergens out so that your dog doesn't have those issues. And then the recipes that provide preventative care. And so what they're getting in here is the probiotics, prebiotics, and all that kind of a thing. So those are the 2 products that we brought in a few months ago. We're noticing that the customers are really digging it. And so I wanted to just come back and talk about it because that might be the right food for your dog. Now, I always like to go to, and you can do this as well on the internet, Dog Food Advisor. Know that I like it as a source of information. It is somewhat generic, which is good because so you can compare one to another. They're very consistent, and I do understand what they're trying to do there, and I love the fact that they do it. But then they also have some just kind of generic-y statements that they come out with here that I sometimes just go, well, that's not a big deal. So why is that even being brought up? But they rate this food a 4 out of 5, and then I think some of the other varieties with Going now, they actually go to a 5 out of 5 stars, which is both of them unbelievably high. This is really good quality food, is what they're trying to say. I love what they talk about as far as the ingredients goes. If you haven't been listening to the show, we go through and define these different terms. In this case, I'm just looking at their chicken meal product, and you might go, well, wait, chicken meal. What's the deal with the meal thing? Meal doesn't mean anything negative. It's actually really good. It's called cooked weight. So if you saw chicken on the ingredients list, that would be what's called wet weight, uncooked weight. Why is chicken meal great? Is because it's at the top of the list, which means that it's the most abundant in the food. And chicken meal is 300% more concentrated in protein than just chicken would be. Chicken, the wet weight before it's cooked. Think of this in the same way as when you go and say, hey, I want a 1/4 pounder. It's a 1/4 pound before they cooked it. After they cooked it, it is no longer a 1/4 pound because the waters got cooked off of that meat. So realize that wet weight includes a lot of water, and if it's at the top of the ingredient list, well, yeah, that might be there, but where does it go after they cook it, kind of a thing? That water vapors off, so it might become less and less on the ingredient list. In this case, for these products, chicken meal is the top ingredient. And if you're even concerned, well, I want some of that other chicken in there because it's all natural type of thing, that's the second thing on the list. Brown rice is 3rd, white rice is 4th, oatmeal 5th, sunflower oil. Really good stuff are in these in this food. So that's something that I think you might want to consider when looking at your dog. If you're looking for a change, then this might be something that you want to look at and do. So that is just an quick analysis of Go and Now, made by a Canadian company called Pekingese. And you can come into our store, get it, or you can come in and ask some more questions and say, hey, is this one really the one that I want to feed my dog? Is there something maybe better? So, hey, that's the Petland PAWSitively radio show with Jay and Ron at the mics. We love to be on the show here and love to hear back from you. You can always email the station and let us know if there's any topics that you want to have us talk about, if there's something of interest. So give us a call. You can always stop at our store, Petland of Iowa City. We're located at the Marketplace Mall. That used to be the Sycamore Mall, which is now Lucky's Market is just across the parking lot lot from where we're at. So just get into the parking lot. You'll see a big Petland sign. We have $5 nail trims. No appointments necessary. Just bring in your vaccination record. We'll keep it on file for you, and we'll just get them done and say, hey, thank you very much. $5. You can't beat that. All of our dog and cat food is on a buy 10, get 1 free, which is incredible because we go to the manufacturers and get the best pricing we can, and then we go back to them and say, and you got to support this program, and so then they reimburse us. So realize we're giving you a really good price competition there, but we're also giving you, and we'll track it for you, buy 10 get 1 free over time for your dog and cat food. It's a really, really good deal. Take advantage of that. There's no reason why you wouldn't. And we've got 9,000 other products in our store that are really good, handpicked by Wendy and I and Coy. And we're out there always searching out good stuff for you guys to make sure that we got the best thing out there that we can have for you at a really good price. So that's Petland of Iowa City. You can see us on the web, petlandiowacity.com. Check us out on Facebook. Give us a call, 319-351-9451, or come on in. We'll be waiting for you. That is it for the show. We'll see you and hear you next week. Have a great week.